Hello everyone, it's me, Clayton. I just got back from watching Extraction, a new Netflix film starring Chris Hemsworth and produced by the Russo Brothers, the same ones that brought us the Avengers Infinity War movie. Now, as a Netflix film, it's basically the closest thing we have to a new movie to review this week. And if you're a fan of John Wick style, fast, heavy-hitting action scenes with guns and fists aplenty, and if you're a fan of Chris Hemsworth's charismatic acting, that can range from drama to dark comedy to just overall action movie charm, you'll definitely like this movie. But if none of those things appeal to you, then you won't get a lot out of this. But the story is that Tyler Rake, a United States mercenary played by Chris Hemsworth, is sent to Bangladesh in order to rescue an Indian boy named Ovi, who's the son of an Indian crime lord. Anyways, Rake has to save him from the Bangladesh's biggest crime lord named Amir. And Amir sends a ton of his men, which includes the corrupt military of Bangladesh, after Ovi to get him back. Which means Tyler's got to survive against an entire country's corrupt military, and get the boy to the extraction where he can possibly live a life where he's not just used as a tool before it's too late. All the while several soldiers, other armed men, and even children of the area are all gunning for him. Now, the story here is a fairly typical action movie setup when it comes to rescuing a hostage and making sure the hostage gets to safety. But the film moves at a pretty good pace, going from action scene to action scene, while still developing the characters enough to get you to care about them throughout. Apparently this was based on a comic that also had involvement from the Russo Brothers, and even though the Russo Brothers didn't direct this film, you can definitely see their influence when it comes to the action scenes, and when it comes to Hemsworth's involvement. Speaking of which, Hemsworth as Tyler Rake is naturally solid in the role, going between heartbreaking drama and badass action hero in all the right ways. And the kid he's tasked to save, Ovi, is actually a likable kid too. He's not annoying. His character's developed well throughout, and he actually does get to help out Tyler a few times, which helps as well. Other characters in the film basically fulfill their roles. Like Amir's the typical, a typical corrupt mob boss. Nick Khan, who's basically Tyler's partner, is the tough lady partner. And David Harbour's character in the film, he has a few good moments of his own, but he's sort of just the main character's friend. But like I said, the acting is all good, so therefore it turns these generally stock characters into ones that have an inherent likability just based on the actors' performances. And it's not the characters of the story that you're here for. You're here for the awesome action scenes. And when it comes to the hand-to-hand combat and the gun scenes, it's actually done very well. Especially considering that a lot of it does feel like John Wick when it comes to how hard-hitting the action is, how many enemies Tyler has to kill with headshots in 1 minute and knives to the chest or to the head the next. It's all done with classic R-rated goodness that you can clearly see. There's a little bit of shaky cam throughout, but you can clearly see the action. It's bloody, it's satisfying, and it generally moves the story along at a brisk pace. Even though the film is 117 minutes long, or an hour and 57 minutes, about 12 of those are credits. So it's more like 105 minutes. But still, the film never really drags, even in its parts where it has to slow down and develop Tyler and Ovi's characters more. So, since a lot of us have nothing better to do, I say Extraction is a solid action film that you should definitely give a watch if you really need something to do today, or in the weeks throughout this little situation that we're in during these uncertain times. That's why I give Extraction an 8 out of 10. See you next time.